used by the being, by the heart. Instead, mind has usurped heart's throne and power and quite taken over the whole world, both private and public, the inner world and our outer world. That is why we are in the mess we're in. Most of those hearing these words are at least aware, and likely well aware, that you are not your body. And this is a simple fact, verified by every OBE, or out-of-body experience, and NDE, or near-death experience, but it is also accessible by simple observation. Just as Einstein said, a problem cannot be solved as long as we remain on the same level with the problem. We cannot observe that we are not the body unless we first take a different perspective. Are you willing to do that? Can you at least entertain the concept that this could be a fact, that you are not the body? That first step is a doozy. Once this initial hurdle is cleared, it is easier sailing. Oh boy, there's a mixed metaphor. We always sail over hurdles, right, and we boat through racetracks. Anyway, it's that first step that's the doozy. You are not your body. I will not make the case here, as it has been well and abundantly made elsewhere, and all have access to that in books, recordings, and lectures. So, back to heart space. Heart is actually an access point for multiple dimensions, layers, and levels of being. Truly, there is a kingdom within. It is a particular sort of kingdom, however, with a particular vibe or feeling. If you violate that through anger, self-blame, or hardness of heart, you will find yourself quickly ejected and perhaps wonder, what happened? How did things suddenly turn to dust in your mouth? Why are you back in mind space? Love is the key and the password. Love is the key and the password. Sit with that for a moment. Love is the key. We think we know what love is, don't we? We're quite convinced that we're in the know, but we're not. Time to shed that sense and touch bases with the no mind, my friends, with the emptiness, or at least with a certain humility that, unlike mind, can recognize that it does not necessarily know everything, or even all that it thinks it knows. Shedding layers of mind. As you see, we are still shedding mind space. Mind has a far deeper hold on us than we realize, for we have so identified with mind as to take it on as our very identity. Thus, this we are not, of course, but it is well to arm ourselves with a certain patience and willingness to work our way through all the layers and levels of being where mind has invaded and taken dominion, taken over. We are in the process of reclaiming dominion over our world, our reality, our being. Most of us also have a fairly clear concept of who we are, of what our skills and abilities are, and the like. Well, you guessed it. Can you begin to make peace with the concept that perhaps you are wrong about that as well? Will you at least accept the possibility at least just for now. Let new vision arise. To occupy heart space is to begin a process of cleaning house. From the level of heart, we begin to have a new vision, a new ability to see. And we can begin to see things in a far different light. Now, this will not happen for us unless we let it. We must allow it, and to do that, mind must begin to release its domination over us. We can begin to entertain the thought that perhaps, just maybe, oh, I lost my place again, I apologize. Just maybe, mind is not right in everything. That's a start, a beginning. Mind is not right about everything. To face that fact, I suggest a few hours spent with the work of Byron Katie, a self-realized being, to continue on into the depth of what is possible here, for the possibilities are freaking vast. Byron Katie's The Work, and I have links throughout the transcript to this, is her ultra-simple method used to view mind in a whole new way. No thought is true, and she will prove it to you if you are open, or even if you are not. It is amazing. Seeing with eyes of heart. Still occupying heart space, then let's go deeper within. What will we find here? Look around, only with eyes of heart. Consciously centered in the middle of your chest, in heart space. Look around the room from there. Do you see? Do you begin to sense the difference? Things are more alive, more present somehow, aren't they? It just feels different. Yes, it may be subtle and hard to describe at first, but it's a beginning. What is really different is not the things, of course, but you. From heart space, you are able to access whole new levels of being, and they are manifold. No two experiences will ever be alike, for to be the same is a function of memory, of comparing a this to a that, and that is a function of mind and of time, neither of which are even relevant in this space. Are you daring and brave? The reality is that everything is quite different when viewed from this perspective, only we don't see it at first unless we are truly daring. Why not? Because it is frightening to the mind. Mind is not so easily thrown over as to give up too easily, at least not usually. It happens sometimes that someone will become illumined, will awaken just like that. But that is a rarity. That's what happened to Eckhart. So, if love is the key that opens this door, then what is the fragrance, the frequency, the sense of the atmosphere in here? Ah, endless delight to discover, my friend. Endless delight and ever newness do reign. Like Alice in Wonderland, this is a realm